It's a pleasure to have you with us once again. As we approach the crucial Scottish Cup semi-final this weekend, some important developments have emerged over the past 24 hours regarding our team's recent league matches. Although there's still some time before our next league game, we already know our upcoming opponent. And interestingly, we have the chance to secure a fourth consecutive victory against them. There's plenty to unpack today while the day hasn't brought a flood of news with the split fixtures confirmed and some transfer rumors in circulation. We've got plenty to talk about. The confirmation of the post-split fixtures came last night and brings significant implications for our goal of securing the league title. After the semi-final, we'll return to league action in a decisive phase, facing a string of challenges, but also with the opportunity to clinch our fourth straight league title. That goal could even be achieved in our next match against a team battling for third place in the standings. Victory is far from guaranteed. There's already chatter about the potential of slipping up, but it's crucial we focus on resolving this situation as early as possible. The idea of going into a game as champions is just as rewarding as lifting the trophy itself. We only need 1 point from our final 5 matches to secure the championship, and based on our performances so far, it's fair to believe we'll get the job done. We've already talked about the game against this opponent, which is scheduled for a Saturday morning. Our first home match of the final phase will be against a team that has already cemented its place near the top of the table, and we'll have to wait quite a while before seeing the team back at home again, essentially a full month. That match will also be played on a Saturday afternoon. Finally, the day of celebration will fall on a Saturday as well, with a 12:30 p.m. kickoff at home against a team that has already proven its worth in this campaign. So we have a string of matches the team must win to complete the job. However, the usual questions inevitably arise. Should the team bow to the opponent on their pitch? Will their fans welcome us with open arms? These questions make no sense, and I won't even entertain them. There's no reason to enter that debate, and I'm surprised by how strongly some people react to it. An honorary guard of any sort seems unlikely, and frankly, I don't see any reason to delve further into that topic. I would honestly be surprised if the players were convinced to line up for such a display. Chaos could very well ensue. I also don't understand why some people feel offended by this. To be clear, I wouldn't want to offer an honorary guard if the league title had already been secured. The idea of allowing another team to claim the title on our pitch is frankly flawed. We're in a situation where it's possible to finish the season with several league defeats and still end up as champions. We can't afford to assume victory is guaranteed. What I truly want is for the team to perform. I want us to come away with a win against our next opponent. My ultimate goal is to achieve a perfect points tally and win the league title with the highest possible total, creating a substantial gap between us and our rivals. I'm not interested in manipulating fixtures or worrying about those types of scenarios. Let's focus on winning the title in style, and the day we celebrate the trophy will be especially memorable this year as it will mark a consecutive triumph. Just think how fortunate we are to witness such success. Many fans would give anything to experience this kind of achievement, and here we are living it. As we approach the summer transfer window, there has already been a lot of discussion surrounding players linked to our club with talents of various ages and experiences from different leagues being mentioned. It feels like we're bombarded daily with news of potential new signings, some more realistic than others. Today is no different as rumors swirl about interest in a young player from a top-tier league with potential competition from local rivals. I'm not entirely sure how much credibility to give to this particular report, but we'll explore it shortly. Personally, I'm not overly concerned, but it certainly becomes another talking point as the window approaches. There are suggestions of interest in a player from a well-known club. I'm aware of the complexities surrounding this situation, and we'll take a closer look at it soon. For me, it's not a major worry, but it's another issue worth discussing. As the transfer window draws nearer, reports indicate there's interest in a young international who turned down a professional contract and may be available for a compensation fee this summer. It appears this decision was made a few months ago, and all signs now point to an imminent departure. According to sources, clubs are eager to begin negotiations. Derry is a player with a unique level of experience and wouldn't be expected to join Celtic's senior squad right away. Rather, he'd likely be considered a youth team player at this stage of his development. Nevertheless, the interest in his talent is notable, especially considering the modest compensation fee, which makes the deal resemble a free transfer. The youngster impressed in the Premier League U18 division while playing for Crystal Palace, scoring 20 goals and contributing 5 assists this season. His performances have drawn attention from major clubs, complicating the effort to secure his signing. Still, there appears to be genuine interest from multiple teams in this promising young player who possesses considerable potential. It would undoubtedly be advantageous to sign him at this point in his career should the opportunity arise. That said, I recognize that securing this deal won't be easy, and it's wise to approach the situation with a degree of caution. The information comes from a reliable source, and I want to emphasize my careful stance when approaching stories like this. However, this particular report seems to carry more weight than usual, especially in light of recent developments within Celtic's scouting network, which suggests there may be some truth behind it. Recent appointments and the formation of new connections within Celtic's scouting department may align with the club's current strategy. While I'm not claiming that guarantees a signing, it certainly adds an intriguing layer to the situation. The recruitment department does deserve some credit, as there have been notable hires and connections established in the South, particularly within Celtic's talent hunting unit. This development relates to the potential interest in a young player, though it's not being stated outright that Celtic will make a move. It's quite likely that the situation is being monitored carefully, especially considering the significant competition from clubs like Chelsea. Today has been relatively quiet in terms of Celtic-related news, with little concrete information at the moment. However, one key topic of discussion revolves around the manager, specifically the ongoing dialogue about his contract and the possibility of a new deal this summer. The manager is entering the final year of his 3-year contract with the club, and there are pressing questions about whether he will extend his stay. There's hope for an extension, but even a reliable source admits they have no inside knowledge of the contractual situation and remain cautious about the outcome. The sentiments expressed suggest that anyone claiming to have definitive answers is likely mistaken, as only one person can truly clarify the situation, and perhaps even he is still weighing his options. It's not entirely outside the realm of possibility. Conversations with colleagues suggest there may be a departure next summer, which is understandable given the 5.5 years spent at a club across 2 separate spells. That's a significant period for any manager. Ultimately, only the manager can decide whether he feels he has taken the club as far as he can, and caution continues to be central to this discussion. There's nothing wrong with the perspective that's been shared. There is strong recognition of a manager's contributions and a genuine desire for him to stay. It's understood that there are moments when a manager and a club may begin to drift apart, prompting the need for renewal. There is speculation that the manager might feel that way by the summer of 2026, depending on what happens over the coming year. There is an expectation of something special in Europe, which could influence this important decision. Many fans are eager for clarity, soon looking to understand whether the manager will be part of the 2026-27 campaign. But only time will provide clarity, and it's not something we need to worry about too much at the moment. Support should be unwavering, offering every reason for a new deal to be signed. As long as the club remains committed to this vision, there's confidence it will happen, whether through a 1-year extension or a rolling contract. If the manager sees that leadership is intent on pushing the club forward, it's expected that he'll want to be part of that journey. So this developing situation will be one to watch as time goes on. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. There's a sense of quiet tension hanging over Celtic Park. Brendan Rodgers, the man who returned in 2023 with unfinished business and a point to prove, is now the subject of growing whispers. Whispers from the stands, from pundits, from former players, all asking the same thing. Will he stay beyond 2026? The Herald Stephen McGowan has weighed in, suggesting that while the idea of a contract extension might be popular in certain quarters, the only person who truly knows what the future holds is Brendan himself. When Rodgers walked back through those doors nearly 2 years ago, many fans met him with folded arms and wary eyes. His previous departure still lingered like fog over the East End. But Brendan, ever composed, looked straight down the lens and promised he'd honor the full 3 years. That trust, that promise meant something. And now, with almost 2 of those years done, the conversation has shifted. Not to when he'll leave, but whether he might stay longer. McGowan's tone is one of caution. He's not buying into bold predictions or emotional pleas. In his eyes, Rodgers is a thinker, a strategist, and maybe even a man torn between 2 paths. Maybe he doesn't know himself yet, he mused. And maybe that's true. There's a way to managing a club like Celtic. The expectation, the relentless pressure, the constant demand for reinvention. Staying beyond the contract wouldn't just be about results. It would be about fire. About whether that inner flame still burns bright enough to keep going. Rodgers, to his credit, hasn't dodged tough conversations. He's already hinted at big changes this summer, speaking of freshening things up. Maybe players, maybe staff. But his warning was clear. If the mentality of the squad doesn't shift, it might not just be the dressing room that changes. It could be the manager too. That's not a threat. It's a reality check. Celtic can't stand still, and neither can Brendan. So now the ball is rolling. At some point, the club will surely ask the question, maybe quietly, maybe behind closed doors. Would you stay? And all eyes will be on Brendan. Not the board, not the pundits, just him. Because when the dust settles and the summer sun hits the pitch, it won't be chance or headlines that decide the next chapter. It'll be the voice inside Brendan Rodgers' own head. And whatever that voice says, it'll shape the future of Celtic Football Club. Hello fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.